Sullivan. I'm a former IRS agent and teaching instructor with Internal Revenue Service. Welcome to my tube. I've been doing this for 51 years. I've worked thousands and thousands of cases. I have a team built just for tax resolution. This is all really that we do. We have an extraordinary team of former IRS agents. The difference between us and everyone else, we know actually what we're talking about. We were the IRS. We actually were. So I'm telling you what's inside the scene, what's behind the curtain, what's inside the cabinets, and everything really that you need to know. So my topic is today is how do you apply for an IRS hardship? There's a lot of misunderstanding what that is. Why I'm an expert, I used to put cases in hardship at IRS. There was a form called 53, and synonymously the form was used for people in your working inventory that couldn't pay the tax. Oh, I'm going to 53 it. Yeah, they don't have any money. They're going to be 53. So let me just tell you some about the program. How do you apply for it? You call IRS. There is no application form. There's nothing that you do. You call IRS and say, hey, I'm in hardship. But you better realize some things before you just make that call, because it's not that simple. You always, people don't tell you what's on the other side of the phone call. I try to do that so you're not going to say, oh, why did I make that mistake? So IRS with anything, anytime there's debt involved, they want a financial statement. The financial statement they use generally not with the RO, but the service center, they want a 433F, that's in Frank. You can go ahead, download the 2-page form. IRS wants it. They will evaluate that form, and then they'll make a decision of a couple things. Either want a payment agreement, or they'll put you in hardship, or the better word for this is called currently non-collectible, with the key being currently. It's only there for a period of time. It's not like a magic wand. Boy, I made it to hardship. Thank God, my taxes. No. It's just a pause in the action. It's a respite. It's just a respite on your case, but the case will come out at a later time, just so you know. So basically, IRS looks at the 433F. Sometimes they want bank statements. They want a pay stub. It's got to be verified. They're not going to believe everything that you tell them. Then after IRS evaluates it, one of two things are going to happen. Here's the big surprise. You may wind up with a payment agreement that you are not going to want, or you may wind up in hardship. You make the call. If you don't have any money, you're going to have to call yourself. If you do have money, you need to call someone, have them evaluate the case before you call. As someone last week wind up with a $3,200 payment agreement to IRS, because people don't realize that when you're giving IRS your numbers on how you live, IRS doesn't have to allow them, and they won't. They have national standard expenses that they're going to put instead of what you're putting down, and it can wind up to be a payment agreement. But if your case goes into currently non-collectible hardship, it'll be in there for a couple years. Penalties, interest run. IRS grabs the refunds unless you do a W-4 offset. So you adjust your W-4. And then IRS will keep the case there for maybe a year, 2, 3 years, or they may take the case and move it into private collections, and the case may stay there and die a death. You don't know what happens to a case once it goes in hardship. Technically, it's not supposed to stay there but a period of time. There was a time that IRS would just check on the AGI every year and decide whether to kick it out, but the algorithms change every year. But anyway, if you cannot afford to pay your debt, IRS does have what's called a hardship or currently non-collectible. How do you get there? You get there by calling IRS and giving them a financial statement. We are experts in the matter. If you have a large debt, call us. I try to get to all the comments and questions you have for me. If you call my office, I pick up the phone or a text. Anyway, thank you so much. Now you know the truth about the IRS hardship. Bye-bye.